When you think of athletic shoes, one brand probably comes to mind first: Nike. Nike has become the face of sports shoes and clothing, and for a good reason. The footwear business is largely influenced by the Nike swoosh. The above unchallenged market leader has established itself through well-known partnerships, athlete sponsorships, elegant designs, as well as publicity efforts that were effective enough to secure its place in popular cultural history. Understanding Nike started with an ordinary track runner who recently graduated from college and a coach driven by the relationship between performance and design. Welcome to the Time Capsule channel, the place where we dive back in time and tell you the stories of the present. How was Nike established? The history of Nike starts in 1964 with the events following Blue Ribbon Sports, American sportswear business with its main office in Beaverton, Oregon. Bill Bowerman, a track and field coach at the University of Oregon, and Phil Knight, a former pupil, established it as Blue Ribbon Sports in 1964. In 1966, they opened their first store, and in 1972, they introduced the Nike shoe collection. In 1978, the business changed its name to Nike Incorporated, and 2 years later it became public. By the beginning of the 21st century, Nike had retailers and distributors in more than 170 nations, and their swoosh symbol, a curved check mark, was well known everywhere. Knight is the first person who tried one of Bowerman's shoes among his classmates, according to Nike. Bowerman agreed to borrow one of his shoes and modify it using his custom design, in order to test the shoes. Knight agreed to it, and the running shoes apparently performed so well that teammate Otis Davis eventually made use of them to win gold in the 400-meter race at the 1960 Olympics. Even now, Otis Davis was confident that Bowerman built his shoes specifically for him. After graduating from the University of Oregon, Knight enrolled in the MBA program at Stanford, in which he prepared an essay proposing that the manufacture of athletic shoes should be moved from its existing location in Germany to Japan, where employment cost was more affordable. After graduating in 1962, Knight had the chance to explore this idea by traveling to Japan. He made a deal with several Japanese businesspeople to import their well-known Tiger shoes further into the United States. Coach Bowerman funded Knight's startup company and entered into a 50-50 business agreement for ownership of their company. As a result, Blue Ribbon Sports was established in Eugene, Oregon, on January 25, 1964. Through a series of purchases beginning in the late 1980s, Nike gradually grew its consumer base and broadened its product offering. Nike ACG, which is known as All Conditions Gear, a business unit of the firm that produces clothing for extreme sports including snowboarding and mountain biking, was founded in 1996. Nike started marketing sports technology accessories in the early 21st century, such as wristband compasses for high heights and portable heart rate monitors. During that time, German shoe companies were recommended by the majority of sportsmen worldwide. The two then launched Blue Ribbon Sports Incorporated, eventually transferring its identity to the well-known sportswear brand Nike. Everyone interested in sports goods or operations of the company should take the time to listen to Nike's success story. In the interest of helping you learn more about this famous sportswear company as well as its wonderful history, it was obviously clear that there was a market for these less expensive though still high-quality replacements for the industry leaders Adidas as well as Pumas. The ever-innovative Bowerman presented the Tiger Shoe Company with a new shoe design in 1965 that included a cushioned innersole, hard sponge rubber in the center of the heel, soft sponge rubber in the forefoot and top of the heel, and just a firm rubber outsole in an effort to deliver the correct support for runners. The 1967 release of the shoe, known as the Tiger Cortez, was a huge success because of its comfortable, fashionable style as well as dependability. And still with its popularity, links between Blue Ribbon and Tiger. According to Knight, the Japanese business attempted to take Blue Ribbon down so as to end their partnership agreement. The only footwear that would become the greatest model for two distinct shoe companies as the Nike Cortez and also the Tiger Corsair was finally decided by one judge to allow each business to sell its own variations of the style. Blue Ribbon Sports was totally renamed to Nike, after the breakup with Tiger. Phil Knight initially planned to rename the business as Dimension 6, however, Jeff Johnson was inspired by the name of the Greek goddess of victory after seeing it in a dream. He came up with the name Nike. But before that, the new product needs a unique logo. They asked Carolyn Davis, a design student at the close-by Portland State University, for some designs. While Phil Knight famously said, "Well, I don't love it, maybe it will grow on me," he finally decided on a swoosh design. Davis got $35 for the design after charging a rate of $2 per hour. Phil Knight organized a party for Davidson in 1983 and gave her 500 shares of stock, which are believed to be worth around $1 million today. Phil Knight had clearly changed his mind about the logo by this point. The coach saw the patterns there in waffles his wife had prepared for him while thinking over breakfast about how to give running shoes greater stability and thought about what it would look like if they were reversed. Bowerman, who never seemed to refuse an opportunity, filled his waffle iron with molten urethane. The iron bonded closed itself since he forgot to apply any anti-stick chemical to it. But the new concept had taken root, and using the aid of a second waffle iron, plus an excellent spray this time, he created his ideal sole, giving rise to the everlasting Waffle Trainer. This shoe was a massive success for Nike. This growth resulted in its 1980 IPO, which suddenly made Phil Knight a millionaire with shares worth $178 million. Since then, the company has just expanded further, assisted in part by a number of innovative advertising efforts. The company's other major benefit for its development is that it has celebrity sponsorships. This means famous athletes will be representing the brand. Some famous Nike athletes you have probably heard of are LeBron James, Cristiano Ronaldo, Rafael Nadal, Tiger Woods, and many more. LeBron James alone, for example, has a $1 billion deal with Nike, just for representing the brand on and off the basketball court. The somewhat simple Nike logo has been one of the most recognizable and well-liked logos in the world. As the swoosh is so well known, the vast majority of modern Nike advertisements just include the logo and the phrase "Just Do It," which was created by Nike. The Nike logo is one of the simplest logo designs, as the logo is a memorable and straightforward swoosh symbol. For all of its brand identifications, the company significantly relies on this symbol, and we doubt Nike will ever step away from its original swoosh design. Now let us consider some of the shoe types released by Nike. Air Jordan Retro 10, Nike Dart, Nike Air Max, Nike Dual Fusion, Nike LeBron, Nike Jordan, Nike T-Run. Nike has worked very hard to evolve into the successful business we currently know, including at least 44,000 people spread all around the globe. The business seems worth close to $10 billion, and it generates several hundreds of annual earnings. The largest manufacturer and seller of athletic clothing and shoes in the world, Nike, is considered to be an American multinational organization that is also a significant provider of sporting goods. Other significant players in the sector include Adidas, Puma, and Under Armour. Nike is the owner of a variety of brands, including Nike, Converse, and Jordan. Nike's success has been linked to its never-ending creativity and imaginative investments, which have helped the company generate large profits yearly. Once Philip Kotler, an American marketing author, consultant, and professor, recommended the world's #1 brands as "I admire firms that have achieved a real differentiation from their competitors." Nike is all about mastering sports. Apple is all about creating technologies to make life easier and better. Audi is all about introducing new technologies to make automobiles safer and better performing. Since its establishment in 1964, Nike has gone through a number of fluctuations, but the firm is still running strong, and also its development appears more promising than ever. The performance of this brand and its logos is clever and inventive. A lot of current Nike customers/fans couldn't operate without such brand items. We hope that our audience has received a very good understanding of the evolution of the Nike worldwide brand, and how Nike has become an iconic brand at present with a large number of fans to their own variety of shoes and sportswears. Did this buzz your curiosity for more? What would you like next? Thank you for watching, subscribe, and follow for more.